Now, Ulrich, looking behind you there, we can see the DAX index looking pretty flat at this moment. And Astrazeneca, of course, is in the news with share price climbing on new lung cancer drugs. Share more details with us on this and the healthcare sectors on your radar.
Yeah, Astrazeneca has reported some progress in terms of mid-stage lung disease and treating it with so-called immuno-oncology drugs. What does that mean? Immunology, immune system. These drugs serve to enlist the body's own self-defense mechanisms in order to treat cancer, in order to fight the cancer, and thus make a way around chemotherapy which damages tissue and which causes lots of problems for the patients. It's a very harsh form of treatment. And these immuno-oncology drugs are seen as the way of the future in the pharmaceutical industry. They're being discussed at the moment at an oncology convention in Madrid. There are 23,000 experts there discussing it, and not only Astrazeneca is reporting progress, but so is Bristol Myers Squibb, and Merck is also reported to be working on it. And I know also that Swiss drug makers are in on this, so this will be a big topic for the future. Why? Apart from the benefits to the patients, these drugs, because they're so new and considered effective, are going to earn lots and lots of money, billions in fact, blockbusters, and so stock markets react positively to this, any kind of news that reports progress in this area.
All right, Ulrich, let's talk football. Well, the business side of football, and I know you are a lover of football. Now, it's a very busy weekend at the European Football League we just had. And one of the top contenders, Manchester United, is reporting quarterly earnings. Now, should investors watch the ball or the earnings, or should they watch both?
You know, normally as a stock market person, I would say watch the financial results first. It's important what's, under the line reported as a profit, but because this is a football company and because football is what it is, I would say watch the ball first. Because whatever success or non-success Manchester has on the pitch, that's going to determine where the stock price goes and where the valuation of the company goes, where the profits goes. They lose too many games, well, that's it for the Champions League. That's it for making lots of money with team merchandise. So that's important to see, I think, first of all, and we'll have to see what this season brings. I've yet to see the results that were supposed to be reported today. They're scheduled to come. I haven't seen them yet. Analysts, though, were quite optimistic and before these results were published, and several of them upgraded their recommendations for the Manchester United share. But keep in mind, watch the ball first, not the results now or the analysts, what the analysts say.
Well, Ulrich, I'll follow your trend. We'll watch the football, and of course, as a financial person, we have to watch the earnings. Well, thank you very much for your time today. Do enjoy the rest of the day. And to the U.S., the stock index futures pointed to a sharply higher open today as investors appeared buoyed by the positive trading seen overseas, yet kept an eye on the path of Hurricane Irma. The Dow Jones Industrial Average futures pointed to a triple-digit open of 119 points, with other indices pointing to a strong start to the trading week. With little data or earnings on the horizon, investors are set to turn their attention to a slew of auctions on Monday. The U.S. Treasury is set to auction about $39 billion in 13-week bills, $33 billion in 26-week bills, and $24 billion in 3-year notes. Meanwhile, the wrath of Hurricane Irma is set to be in focus on Monday as the huge storm hits the coast of Florida over the weekend. And we're moving now to Asia, where stocks closed higher today on fading risk aversion as the dollar clawed back losses. Markets also digested headlines concerning developments out of the People's Bank of China and European Central Bank announced at the weekend. The Nikkei 225 rallied 1.41%. South Korea's benchmark Kospi index tacked 0.66% as geopolitical tensions eased on the Korean peninsula over the weekend. The Australian ASX 200 rose 0.71%. Greater China markets also gained. Hong Kong's Hang Seng index jumped 1.02%. On the mainland, the Shanghai Composite gained 0.37% and the Shenzhen Composite added 0.80%. We're moving now to commodities markets, where the oil prices edged up today after the Saudi oil minister discussed possibly extending a pact to cut global oil supplies beyond March 2018 with his Venezuelan and Kurdistan counterparts. News of the talks on Sunday helped offset downward pressure on oil prices amid worries that energy demand will be hit hard by Hurricane Irma and its aftermath. U.S. crude for October delivery was up 39 cents at $47.87 a barrel, having tumbled 3.3% on Friday. London Brent crude for November delivery was up 22 cents. That's about 0.4% at $54, having settled down 1.3%. And to the precious metal market, gold fell in early trade today after hitting its highest level in over a year in the previous session, with a recovery in the US dollar reining in any upward momentum in the metal. Spot gold was down 0.7% at $1,337 an ounce. It hit its highest since August 2016 at $1,357 the session before. U.S. gold futures for December delivery were also down 0.7% at $1,341 an ounce. And when we return after the break, Petro Diamonds Limited halts production at its mine in Tanzania. Find out why in a moment.